There are words moving toward you right now, not loudly, not urgently, but with the quiet determination of something that has survived too long in silence. They are being carried on shallow breaths taken late at night, on thoughts rehearsed in the dark, on sentences typed, erased, rewritten, then abandoned again. You didn't imagine this feeling. You felt it before you could explain it, like pressure before a storm, like the ocean pulling back before it rushes forward. Something between you has shifted, and it didn't happen suddenly. It happened gradually, invisibly, inevitably. The air feels heavier now, charged, as if the space between you is no longer empty, but waiting. You noticed it in the way they look at you, not openly, but just long enough for it to feel unsafe. A heartbeat longer than friendship allows, long enough to search your face for permission they're terrified to ask for. This isn't your mind creating stories to comfort itself. This is your intuition recognizing a truth before language catches up. Someone is preparing to cross a line they promised themselves they never would. Someone is about to step out of the safety of silence and into the risk of honesty. They have been carrying your name inside their chest like something fragile, like something sacred, like something that could either save them or destroy them. They didn't love you loudly. They loved you carefully, in fragments, in restraint, in the margins of moments they pretended meant nothing. But love like that doesn't disappear. It deepens, and eventually it becomes too heavy to hold alone. What's happening now isn't the beginning of their feelings. It's the end of their hiding. This moment didn't arrive because their heart changed. It arrived because their fear finally weakened. And the truth your heart needs to understand is this. They didn't stay silent because you didn't matter. They stayed silent because you mattered too much. Fear does strange things to people who feel deeply. It disguises itself as wisdom. It calls distance maturity. It calls restraint respect. It convinces even the bravest hearts that saying nothing is safer than risking everything. They chose fragments of you instead of the possibility of losing you entirely. They chose proximity without confession, presence without vulnerability. They memorized your laughter, stored the way your voice softened when you were tired, collected moments you don't even remember giving. They built entire inner worlds out of accidental touches and shared glances, out of conversations that lingered longer than necessary, out of silences that felt full instead of awkward. And yet, they said nothing. Because love felt dangerous. Because wanting you felt like standing too close to the edge of something irreversible. But love that lives in silence doesn't stay small. It grows in the dark. It sends roots into places logic can't reach. It spreads until one day the weight of it cracks through everything built to contain it. Something changed recently. Something tipped the balance. Maybe they saw you pulling back, not dramatically, but quietly, choosing yourself, becoming someone who no longer waited. Maybe they felt time closing in, realized that later is often just another word for never, or maybe they simply couldn't recognize themselves anymore. A person living half a truth, carrying a full heart, pretending it didn't hurt. Whatever it was, the equation shifted. Now, the fear of you never knowing outweighs the fear of you saying no. Your body sensed it before your mind did. The way your pulse changed when they entered the room. The strange ache when they pulled away too soon. The calm when they stayed close. The way silence between you felt charged instead of empty. You've been reading poetry written in glances, decoding meaning in pauses, feeling conversations continue even after words stopped. Those moments you dismissed as coincidence, they were intention. The messages that arrived exactly when you needed them, the details they remembered when no one else did, the questions that weren't about answers but about staying. They weren't confused, they were afraid, and now fear is losing its grip. What you're about to experience won't be dramatic. It won't sound like a movie scene. It will be awkward, unsteady, human. Their voice may shake. They may apologize too much. They may give you exits before you ask for them. You don't have to respond. I just needed you to know. I don't expect anything. But beneath the nervous laughter and unfinished sentences, you'll hear something unmistakable. Relief, the sound of a heart that has been holding its breath finally exhaling. They'll tell you it's been longer than you think, that the feelings aren't new, only the courage is. And if you listen past the words, you'll hear every moment they wanted to reach for you and didn't, every time they almost spoke and swallowed it back, every night they carried your name into sleep. This confession isn't meant to win you, it's meant to free them, to stop living divided, to give you the truth they've been protecting you from, and themselves from. This is vulnerability without guarantee, courage without control. And regardless of what you feel in return, this moment deserves respect, because someone loving you enough to risk everything by telling the truth, that matters. Here's where the real shift happens, not in their confession, but in you. For a long time, you lived in partial light, interpreting signals, guessing, protecting yourself from hoping too much. Now, you'll have clarity, and clarity is power. You don't owe them love. You don't owe them a relationship. You don't owe them anything except honesty. If your heart has been waiting for these words, you'll feel relief, not excitement, but recognition. If you don't feel the same, that truth is just as valid. And if you need time, that space is yours. What you cannot do is betray yourself by pretending. Clean truth, even when it's painful, is the greatest kindness you can offer someone who finally found the courage to give you theirs. And here's the deepest truth, the one you already knew before this message found you. You sensed this coming. That's why this resonated. Why did you stay attentive? Why did your intuition keep whispering, something is shifting? You weren't imagining it. You were reading the language of a heart, learning how to speak. And now it's about to. What happens next is yours to choose. Receive their truth from who you are now, not from who you were when the silence began. Someone is about to be brave enough to show you their heart. Now you get to be brave enough to honor your own.